sir, could you please let us know these huge equipments, what are they into?
See, this is a purely Indian-made, indigenously designed and developed Akash missile system, which is a weapon system which can fire up to, say, around 50 to 60 kilometers, a surface-to-air missile. It consists of radars, long-range radars, which can capture the incoming targets up to a distance of about 120 to 130 kilometers, which is called the 3D car radar. So that's a long distance tracking radar. So once the target starts coming closer towards your territory, your home territory, then the information gets passed on to another radar, which is called a flight level radar, FLR. And once the FLR catches the target, it tries to identify whether it is a friend or a foe. That's basically it's an enemy aircraft or it's your own aircraft, because ultimately you don't want to fire your own aircraft. So once it's detected that it is an enemy aircraft, then it is tracked. I mean, the movement of the enemy aircraft is tracked as to which direction it is moving, whether it is going left, right, up, down. So all that information is captured in a console, which is called a communication system, a control system, where commanders would be sitting in a shelter inside and tracking the enemy aircraft. Once it comes within the firing range of the missiles, then the information is passed on to the control system, and the control system then takes care of the charge of which particular missile to be fired, because there are 4 launchers which are placed at strategic locations, and accordingly the launcher is selected by the fire control center, which particular, and each launcher has 3 missiles. So whether only 1 missile needs to be fired to neutralize the target, or 3 missiles to be fired, or 2 launchers to be used for firing from both the sides, so that the target doesn't get escaped. And the beauty of this system is that it is made purely in India. Almost 90% of this complete system is designed and developed and manufactured in the country. But for a small bit of components which have to be imported, because we don't have the manufacturing facility of the components in the country. The fabrication facility for components is not available in the country. Hence, we have to import some components. But otherwise, the complete design, because you see, the customer, the Indian Army and the Indian Air Force, who are currently using this system, are long-term customers, and they would want long-term support for more than 15 to 20 years. So to provide the long-term support, after-sales support, improvements in the system, it's imperative that you have the research and development activities being done internally. So that's the reason why we take pride in providing the systems to Indian Army and Air Force, which is a completely a beautiful system. It's already inducted and being used now by the Air Army and Air Force.
What do you think? What difference would come after this Make in India initiative?
Of course, we would want everything to be made 100% in India, but the only problem is that you need to have a lot of investment made in the country for establishing such a fabrication facility for components. So the design of a PCB or a module will remain within the country, just that the components currently which are getting imported are being imported now. But if the fabrication facility also comes in the country itself, then definitely it becomes 100%. So the dependence on any foreign country, say US or Europe or say China or any other countries from where components are currently getting imported, that at least will become zero.
The stall of JCB, and with me here is the Managing Director and CEO of JCB, Mr. Vipin Sondhi. So first of all, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me with you.
So sir, here we see these huge equipments of JCB, and we know that JCB is so much into construction and excavation. So can you let our audience know a bit about the equipments here?
Well, these are all earth moving and construction equipment. They are made in India. We have 5 plants in the states of Haryana. But very importantly, the heavy machinery is made in Maharashtra and in Pune, specifically Talegaon. And then we have 2 new plants in Jaipur. But we are delighted to be at the Make in India exhibition, but specifically in Maharashtra, in Mumbai.
What hopes do you have and what future do you see after Make in India?
See, as a country, we have no option. We have to create jobs for young people such as yourself, who are coming in either directly or via the route of agriculture, which is saturated. And if you look at any industrial development, you go back in history, whether it's the United Kingdom or Germany, it was always manufacturing or making in that country which drove industrial development and created jobs. So agar hame naukriyan hamare यूथ के लिए क्रिएट करनी है, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग क्रिएट करेगा, एंड वन जॉब क्रिएटेड by a large company creates 7 additional jobs outside that, and that is a huge multiplier. I have tremendous optimism, but also as a country we have no option.
As you can see behind me lies the venue of MII. This is a really grand event. As you can see, there are different segments made here, and there are more than 20 segments. Each and every segment here represents a different industry, a different sector, and all the power that India has.
This is one initiative which I am proud to be part of the government, a government under leadership of Prime Minister Modi ji, and I call him great visionary, one who thinks of the country as a economic सुपर पावर. इस सरकार ने एक तरह से मेक इन इंडिया का जो प्रोजेक्ट आगे लिया है उससे यहाँ की इंडस्ट्री का ग्रोथ बढ़ेगा. बाहर से इंपोर्ट के ऊपर ज़्यादा रिलाय होने की ज़रूरत नहीं रहेगी, लेकिन उसके साथ जैसे मैन्युफैक्चरिंग बढ़ेगा वैसे अलग अलग स्किल में ज़्यादा डिमांड रहेगी. एक ही केवल एग्जांपल देता हूँ, हेलीकॉप्टर्स और जेट फाइटर्स अभी इंडिया में मेक इन इंडिया में आने वाले हैं, तो उसके साथ करीबन मोर देन 1 लाख स्किल्ड वर्कर भी साथ में अगले 2-4 बरस में लगने वाले हैं. तो स्किल डेवलपमेंट भी ऑफसेट में इंक्लूड करने की हम लोग सोच रहे हैं, और करीबन अगले 2-3 महीने में फ्यूचर ऑफसेट का गाइडलाइन जो इशू हो जाएगा उसमें स्किल डेवलपमेंट भी रहेगा. सो एक साइड से मेक इन इंडिया के लिए सरकार पुश कर रही है, उसके लिए ईज़ ऑफ बिजनेस काफ़ी हद तक सक्सेसफुली किया है, और दूसरे बाजू से इस सरकार ने ये काम के लिए, बिकॉज वन ऑफ द डिफ़िकल्टीज अबाउट यूथ विद द करंट सेटअप ऑफ एजुकेशन, ये कई बार एम्प्लॉयबल नहीं है. मतलब इट्स अ स्टारवेशन अमॉन्ग्स प्लेंटी, ऐसी टाइप की सिचुएशन है. मतलब बहुत है बेकार, लेकिन उसको अगर काम पे रखे तो उसके लिए लगने वाला स्किल सेट उसके पास नहीं रहता है. तो दूसरे बाजू में स्किल डेवलपमेंट भी उसका करने की कोशिश सरकार कर रही है, और मुझे लगता है कि अभी रिज़ल्ट्स दिखने लगे हैं, और आगे बढ़ के इसमें काफ़ी हद तक रिज़ल्ट्स और भी अच्छे आने वाले हैं. और इकोनॉमी जो अभी 7-7.5% से जो बढ़ रही है, अराउंड 7.5 फॉर द प्रेडिक्टेड फॉर द नेक्स्ट ईयर, वो हमें आशा है कि प्रेडिक्शन से आगे जाके डबल डिजिट में जा सकती है.
So this was all for today from Make in India Week. Until then, we'll take your leave. Keep watching TradeFair TV. Thank you.